Today we are reviewing the dip bars by RAMASS Fitness. So RAMASS Fitness is a UK-based company and we already checked out a lot of their products, and today we are curious about the dip bars. So first of all, it was very easy to assemble these. It takes you only a couple of minutes. And besides that, looking at these, I really like the black powder coated steel. Usually I also really like the grip. And for the rest, they have also quite usual anti-slip feet, which can come off just like these caps on the side. But honestly, it does its job. I don't really like the sticker on the side of the RAMASS logo though, but it probably will be fine. And one thing that I notice immediately when I look at these is that they are quite low, so I will be testing out whether that will be a problem. And besides that, these look very similar to the Parallettes that we already checked out, and I really like those. So the length of the feet is 52 centimeters and the height of the dip bar is 80 centimeters. And then when it comes to the length of the bar, the full length is 65.5, but the usable part is actually 49 centimeters. And then when it comes to the diameter, this is 38 millimeters. So when I have the feet together, then for me it's quite wide, but of course you can just adjust the width of the dip bar. And then for me, this is much better. Actually, I can go quite deep on the dip. It's not too bad, I thought it would be worse. So of course dip bars are usually thicker, and the 38 millimeters is definitely thick enough. It will relieve the tension on the wrist, and this is nice for preventing injury. So really nice. And when it comes to the grip, I really like the black powder coated steel. It is quite rough, so it has a nice grip. But of course, because it's metal, if you start sweating, you might get more slippery, and then this is easily solvable with some chalk or grip tape. So of course here I hit the ceiling with this, but honestly these are actually super stable Parallettes. So I think if there wasn't a ceiling, I could do a handstand on these. And also when I'm like transitioning from a V-sit into an elbow lever and a one-arm elbow lever, you definitely notice that these are super stable. So when I want to do a muscle up, I'm definitely sitting on the floor and my arms are already 90 degrees bent. Plus, if I do the muscle up, I have to do it with straight legs, and I definitely hit my heels on the floor. Of course, usually you can also use one of the dip bars as a static bar, so let's try that out. Front lever. You can, but I'm quite close to the floor, so if I'm now gonna do a skin to cat, this is the lowest skin to cat I've ever done. Alright, pullover is kind of possible, but let's see. I mean, you could do straight bar dips, but you really have to bend your knees quite a lot, so it doesn't feel that comfortable. So before we conclude, we found out that 94% of our viewers don't actually subscribe. So subscribe so that we can make more and better reviews for you with more and more partners. So these dip bars, they cost 103 euros. And of course, dip bars are quite simple products, so there's not so much to say. And most exercises on these definitely feel very nice, but there's one problem, because these are quite low. And with dips, you usually do have to bend your knees, but with this one also, you do hit your head when you're doing a skin to cat to get into a back lever. And also when you do a muscle up, the range of motion is definitely lacking. So we would definitely like this one to be a little bit higher, but apart from that, it is definitely a very stable dip bar with a great grip and also good build quality. So it's definitely a good product. So you can get 10% off by using our discount code CWW10. So click the links in the description or here, and then we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.